Good news! Dylan, Wang and Shen Yue to reunite again. Fans can't believe this. What if I told you that one of the most beloved on-screen couples in modern Chinese drama history, the pair who once made millions fall in love, cry, and laugh, are finally coming back together? Yes. After years of anticipation, endless rumors, and a million fan edits across the internet, it's finally happening. Dylan, Wang and Shen Yue are reuniting. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update in the world of your favorite celebrities. The reunion no one thought would happen for years. Fans have asked the same question: will Dylan and Shen Yue ever share the screen again? Their chemistry in Meteor Garden became a cultural phenomenon. He was the arrogant, misunderstood heir, she was the bright, fearless girl who refused to bow to anyone. Together, they defined an era of romance dramas. But after the cameras stopped rolling, they went their separate ways, building their careers, exploring new roles, and carrying the weight of the legacy they created. Each time they appeared in public, interviewers would ask the question again: when will you work together again? Dylan would smile knowingly. Shen Yue would laugh softly. And neither would give a straight answer. Until now. The official announcement began quietly. A single teaser poster appeared online, two silhouettes under a soft evening light, standing face to face. No names, no text, only a caption: sometimes, love stories deserve a second chapter. Within minutes, fans recognized the shapes, the stance, the energy. The internet exploded. Could it be? Was it finally them? Hours later, the confirmation arrived: Dylan, Wang and Shen Yue, officially cast together again in a new romantic drama. The news spread like wildfire across Weibo, TikTok, and international entertainment outlets. The internet meltdown fans went into absolute overdrive. Old Meteor Garden clips resurfaced. Edits comparing their 2018 chemistry to recent interviews trended worldwide. Comments poured in by the millions: it feels like my youth is coming back. We waited 6 years for this. Dylan and Shen Yue, the reunion we didn't know we needed, but now can't live without. Even celebrities joined in. Co-stars, directors, and musicians all posted their excitement, recalling how the pair once carried a generation's romantic dreams. Behind the scenes of the comeback, insiders revealed that this reunion has been in quiet negotiation for over a year. Both Dylan and Shen Yue had tight schedules, global endorsements, acting commitments, and back-to-back filming. But when the right script arrived, everything changed. It wasn't just another romance. It was a story about time, distance, and reconnection, about two people who find their way back to each other after life pulls them apart. A story that mirrors their own journeys in real life. According to one producer, the moment Dylan and Shen Yue read the script, they looked at each other and just nodded. It was unspoken. They both knew this was the one. First day back on set when filming began, the atmosphere was electric. Crew members described it as nostalgic and surreal. Dylan arrived early, dressed casually, greeting everyone with his signature easy charm. Moments later, Shen Yue walked in, radiant, poised, her laughter filling the room. And when their eyes met for the first time in years, the room fell silent. No lines, no direction, just two people smiling, remembering, reconnecting. One crew member said, "It was like time stopped." They didn't need to act. The chemistry was instant, the same as before, maybe even stronger. Why this reunion matters in an industry that moves fast and often forgets its past: the Dylan-Shen Yue pairing represents something timeless. It's not just nostalgia. It's about authenticity. Their connection, playful, emotional, unforced, reminds audiences of why romance dramas can still feel pure and heartfelt. They made people believe in vulnerability. In love that's awkward, funny, frustrating, but real. And now, years later, they're bringing that same sincerity back, but with new depth, maturity, and emotion. What fans can expect: insiders tease that the new project will mix modern romance with emotional realism. Dylan plays a photographer haunted by memories of a woman he once loved but never truly understood. Shen Yue portrays that woman, a dreamer torn between ambition and emotion, returning to the city where everything began. It's a love story told through time, memory, and rediscovery. A slow-burn narrative where every glance, every silence, carries the weight of history. And for those who loved their Meteor Garden dynamic, the tension, the banter, the heartbreak, this reunion promises to deliver it all, but reimagined for a more mature generation. The public response when the official trailer dropped, within 1 hour it reached 10 million views. Fans worldwide translated captions into multiple languages. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. And hashtags like hashtag Dylan Shen Yue reunion and hashtag The Love Returns topped trending charts for days. A single shot from the trailer, Dylan reaching for Shen Yue's hand under falling rain, became an instant cultural moment. The clip, slowed down and set to piano music, drew thousands of emotional comments. I didn't realize how much I missed them until now. It's not acting, it's connection. This is lightning in a bottle, twice in one lifetime. In every generation, there are on-screen couples who redefine what love looks like. For 1 decade, that couple was Wang and Shen Yue. They gave audiences something that couldn't be manufactured: genuine chemistry, natural warmth, and emotional truth. And now, years later, they return, not just as actors, but as storytellers of their own evolution. It's not just a reunion. It's a full-circle moment. A reminder that some partnerships, some stories, are destined to find their way back, no matter how much time has passed. Because sometimes, love doesn't end. It just waits, quietly, patiently, for its next chapter. Wang and Shen Yue are back. And this time, it's not nostalgia. It's destiny. A reunion years in the making. It had been almost 7 years since Meteor Garden, the drama that changed everything. 7 years since the two young actors went from rising stars to household names, their faces etched in pop culture history. But fame changes people. Schedules get packed, projects pile up, and life moves faster than anyone can keep up with. And yet, the bond they shared, that quiet, effortless connection that could light up a screen, never truly disappeared. When the announcement of their reunion broke, even insiders didn't know what to expect. Would they still have that magic? Or had time dimmed the spark that once captivated millions? First rehearsal. The moment everyone felt it again. The first rehearsal was private, no cameras, no press, just the director, the cinematographer, and the two stars. The scene was simple, a chance encounter after years apart. Dylan entered first, his character calm but cautious. Moments later, Shen Yue walked in. Silence. Then, a shared look. And in that single glance, everything returned. The unspoken dialogue, the subtle tension, the history that words could never capture. The director whispered to the crew, "Stop. Don't say a word. Let it play out." And as the scene unfolded, the entire room felt it. It wasn't nostalgia. It wasn't repetition. It was evolution, two people who had grown, matured, and still somehow fit together perfectly. Their quiet bond behind the cameras, their dynamic remained exactly as fans remembered: warm, playful, and deeply respectful. Between takes, Dylan would tease Shen Yue about her serious focus. She'd laugh and tell him to stop making her break character. But every time they laughed together, it reminded everyone, this is why it worked before. One makeup artist recalled, they communicate without speaking. A glance, a gesture, that's all it takes. You can't fake that kind of connection. During emotional scenes, they'd quietly sit together, reviewing lines and exchanging thoughts. Sometimes, Shen Yue would close her eyes, preparing to cry on cue, and Dylan would simply wait beside her, not saying a word, just offering silent support. When asked later about their working rhythm, Shen Yue said softly, "With Dylan, it's always natural. He understands my energy before I even speak. That's rare." And Dylan's response? "We started our careers together. No matter how much time passes, that foundation doesn't fade. It only gets stronger." Fans noticed the change. The first leaked photos from the set broke the internet. It wasn't just excitement, it was emotion. Fans noticed subtle differences: the way Dylan looked at Shen Yue, deeper, more grounded. The way Shen Yue smiled, softer, calmer, filled with quiet understanding. One fan commented, "They're not just acting anymore. They've lived. You can see it in their eyes." Clips from behind-the-scenes interviews showed Dylan casually leaning toward Shen Yue as she spoke, smiling at her with familiarity that didn't need explanation. At one point, when a journalist asked if they ever missed their Meteor Garden days, Dylan laughed and said, "You never really move on from something that special. You just find new ways to tell the same truth." A story mirroring their own. The new drama they're filming tells the story of two people who reunite after losing touch for years, both having grown, changed, and learned to love differently. And maybe that's why it feels so real. Because it mirrors their own story, not romantically, but emotionally. Two artists who met young, built a legacy together, drifted apart, and now, through fate and timing, have found their way back to the same set, the same lights, the same rhythm. Insiders say that some scenes have brought even the crew to tears, not just because of the script, but because of the truth behind the performances.